You know, you watch film, you adjust to what, they did well. Kelly Thompson's had some phenomenal games against us both times. She was in the upper 20s. Now, if we just take her away, they do have other players, and they play well. But she always seems to be the key against us. So I think limiting her touches a little bit more and taking her out of the flow and maybe making some of those other players make plays.
Now, this may not be your job, but in the locker room, do the older players tell the younger players, look, we go there and we play well?
Yeah, I think that's been pretty much reiterated to them the last, definitely last day or two. But and we didn't want to look ahead to the conference tournament until our season was done. But I told them today, too, you don't understand what the conference tournament is like till you get there, till you get to the South Point, till you have all the fans there. It's a little bit different for us this year because we're playing after the men. So now we're going to have even more the first game. Usually we'll play that Wednesday. We'll have a good crowd. But then if we're fortunate enough to win that first day, Thursday would be a day off for us. Friday's when we had the crowd. Now we're going to have it. It's just once they get there, they're really going to have the experience of what Vegas is all about for the University of New Mexico, because it really is a pretty special time for us.
I know you're just looking at UNLV, but the sheer fact that it could be 3 games in 3
Yeah.
days, what kind of difficulties does that present?
Well, for us, we're a little bit deeper than we were in the past. So this year it's a little bit better to comprehend than last year playing 3 games in 3 days. That would have been tough. But it's still wary. I mean, I've been watching some of the conference tournaments. Yesterday I saw the Pac-12, and that was 3 games in 3 days. You saw UCLA and Stanford and just how tired and beat up both teams were. And, it just goes to you have to go deeper in your bench. You have to play kids that might not get a whole lot of playing time, but you got to throw them in there, at least to give, some players a little bit of a rest. I think it helps us a little bit if we can get there. But, man, first things first, and it's not an easy one. UNLV is playing in their backyard, and, we've got to make sure we have very limited time in the Thomas and Mack this year. So we got to make the most of it.
How cool is it, though, to know that you'll probably have more fans there than they will?
Yeah, that was the same thing last year, and our fans are unbelievable. And it's just such a special situation for us. It really, really is. But our kids will really understand how it is, and hopefully the nerves will go away soon. We're just, Thomas and Mack is an arena we haven't played in this year, even though we play UNLV twice. We play in their Cox Pavilion, but so it'll be pretty foreign to the new kids, but I think they'll be fine. The older kids are pretty fired up for it, and we did pretty well there last year.
How different is this as the head coach as opposed to being an assistant coach?
Well, I think last year kind of got me over everything that was different. I don't know if there's much of a difference, although you're calling the shots, and you got a lot more fans that may not go to your games in the regular season because, they go to the men's games, and you can pick up a new fan base, maybe for the next season, and that's always fun. I don't know if I noticed much of a difference. Once you're in the game, you're in it, and you don't really notice anything else except for coaching your team and listening to your assistants and, finding the best opportunity to win the game.
You mentioned the depth. Last year you were so beat up going into the tournament. Is that different this year? Are you healthier this year going in?
There's 2 differences from last year to this year in terms of that. We are healthier. I mean, today was very light, so we didn't do much today. And no team right now is 100%. Last year, the women's side decided to start earlier. So last year, the men started on a Saturday, the very first conference game. We started that Wednesday. So in turn, at the end of the year, we were done Wednesday instead of Saturday, which really helped us out. So we go and play Air Force that Wednesday, got home Thursday, and I think I gave them 2 or 3 days off. We didn't practice again until maybe Saturday or Sunday. And you leave a little bit earlier to the tournament because you played Wednesday, but that was the biggest difference. So that helped that group. We are a little bit deeper. we were off yesterday, very light today. We'll practice tomorrow, and Wednesday we're very limited because of the time. So, we get a little bit of rest, we watch some film, and then just get our game plan down.
And where do you, is it tough to find a place to practice, Coach, when you're out there, or is it local high school?
Well, you know what? We've never had we've never had a difficult time, but this year they're using 2 on-campus sites, which is right across from Thomas and Mack. So it was pretty easy for us this year. We just have to bring our own basketballs, but other than that, we'll deflate them, and then you'll see the whole coaching staff with a pump right before practice doing this. No, it's we've always had a pretty easy time, and you don't run a 2-hour practice. You're there to get some shots in Thomas and Mack. We have 55 minutes to do that. We'll go probably about an hour and 15 to walk over UNLV stuff, find out what we're going to do against it, game plan a little bit, make some adjustments, and go from there.
Any other questions for Coach?
Do you consider San Diego State to be an overwhelming favorite?
Probably because of their body of work, but it's tournament time, so it's kind of why you play the game. I think until someone beats them, they should be. Because no one has in the last 3 years, or maybe 2 years, but they are very good.